Hi, this is Gilligan with Darkforge GFX. I'm going to do a tutorial for how to upgrade Nuke Evolution to Nuke Evolution-Xtreme. This is a fairly simple upgrade, and it's just time consuming. This current upgrade script will only work on a basic Evo install. If you do have other mods installed, it won't affect those. You'll just need to reinstall those mods if they're not already in Extreme. If they are, then you're going to need to back up those tables. First thing we want to do is, well, we have a basic Nuke Evolution install here. There's nothing added on to this install. It's just normal Evolution site with, you know, it's one of DFG's sites, but everything's normal. There's nothing fancy about it. But what we want to do is back this side up. So we'll go into our control panel. If your host uses cPanel, you're in good shape. You should be able to follow this tutorial pretty easy. If they don't, if you use somebody like GoDaddy, then I wish you the best of luck, because it's going to be a little more difficult than what you're going to see in this tutorial. First thing we want to do is back up our database, because that's important. So we'll go into MySQL, then phpMyAdmin. We'll click on our database, and then we'll export it. Just go ahead and select all, and go down here to Save File As. I use compression none, and I just click Go, and we'll just save it in here. Just let it download. While that's doing that, we will go back out of here. We will go into our file manager, and in here what we want to do is create a backup folder. We'll do it above the public HTML. So let's create a folder here, and I will name it backup, and I will name it 12.2708, and I'll create it. Now we have our backup folder. This is basic Nuke Evolution. I'm going to rename this to something else. This is Evo-Xtreme, already uploaded, to make the tutorial shorter. What we want to do is go into the public HTML file, and we want to, one at a time, click on the name, and then we're going to click Move Folder, and we're just going to click on the name. And what this is going to do is just move it into the backup folder. And we will continue to do this until we get all these done. What we don't want to do is spend all the time moving all the files this same way, because it's extremely time consuming. So we're going to use the FTP to do that. And since it's easier to use FTP to rename a file, we're also going to use it to rename those zip files to what we want it to be. I'll go ahead and back this up too. Now we have all these other files here. It's just a pain to do those. So what we'll do is we'll minimize that, and we'll bring up our FTP. Now our FTP is doesn't have any files except any folders anymore. It just has all the files. What we'll do is we'll just drag those in here. We'll just create a new folder over here. We'll just call it backup files. And what we'll do is we'll just drag and drop all these files over here. We'll actually re-upload those real quick also, but once they're backed up, we're just going to delete all of them, because we don't need those files anymore in that folder. What we're going to do is we're going to upload them into our backup folder. That way we have our site intact. As far as the SQL, you can do it one or two ways. We backed it up so it's safe. If we have a problem, we can easily copy these files back to the public HTML, delete all the extreme files, re-upload the backup, and voila, you have your Evo site back again with no issues. Now that we have all these folders in here, what we need to do is this small file size here is Nuke Evolution. I'm just going to rename this to public HTML1, and I'll rename this one here to public HTML. And all we need to do now is go back into our file manager, and we're just going to click on the public HTML zip, and we're going to extract the file contents. It'll take just a second to extract all these. It'll say done when it's finished. Just go ahead and close that. Close this here. Go back in. It's just easier to do it that way to refresh. Now we have all of our Nuke Evolution-Xtreme files in our folder. Since we're upgrading, we don't need the install file, and we do not need the install.php file either. So we'll just get both of those. We can delete them. Now what we have is we have our backup in our FTP. We just backed up our config file. So what we can do is we can go ahead and refresh, and we'll go back into our public HTML folder, and we will just re-upload this config file. Nothing changed in it between 207 and Xtreme. So now you have the files for Xtreme, but you have the database for 207. Everything's just fine. It's all good here. What we need to do now is run the upgrade, because we're still running on 205 Evo, or 207, I'm sorry. We will have this until you get everything installed, so don't try to mess with your site too much. What we do need to do is, I had already uploaded the upgrade folder, so we're just going to go into our backup here, and we will find this upgrade folder, and I'm going to go ahead and copy it to the public HTML, and I will also go ahead and copy the upgrade.php to the public HTML folder. Now I can go to clanmods.com upgrade.php, and this will give us our upgrade script. It will chmod all your files. If they were already chmodded, don't worry about it. It's going to redo them again anyway. If you do get something that says staccess or htaccess is missing, ignore it, continue on. Now your database name is going to be whatever your database name was in your files. So what we want to do is we'll look at see what the name was, just in case. So we will go ahead and close all this out, and we'll go in here, and for the sake of simplicity, this is my password. Change this to MySQL unless you use MySQLi. Confirm the data, continue. It will drop your tables. It will let you know if it's successfully installed new tables. You can go to configure your site. What you're going to have now is, would you like to install Nuke Sentinel? You've just upgraded Nuke Sentinel to 2.6.01. If you want a fresh install and to clear everything out and just have a complete fresh install of Nuke Sentinel, just go ahead and click install. It will drop your tables, it will reinstall fresh tables, and you're fine. and all your information is still the same. Just go ahead and skip configuration. You can go to your home page and everything's fine. What you do need to do though is go back in to your file manager and delete the upgrade folder and delete the upgrade.php. Once you've done this, you can go into your admin panel, go ahead and clear the cache, and then you're going to want to also go ahead and update the cache on the front just to be sure. You can go into your forums, and like I said before, they now work. You have all the forum mods. You can go into different posts and you can see if somebody has oops, didn't mean to do that. Let me find somebody with an image in here that's not messed up. There we go. And now we have our files. Instead of a pop-up, we have high slide. Just different things. You can go into your forum admin panel. It is now all new. You can go into manage forums. If you're in here, you know, if you just wanted to create a new forum, you can do that, and of course you can create passwords and so on and so forth. Everything's the same. There should not be any issues with this upgrade, but you do want to go through everything. You want to check your search, make sure you don't get any errors. You want to check your user groups, make sure they're here. You just want to make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to. Check your members, make sure they work. Even go to your profile. Once you do all this, and there's going to be some things, you know, that are different, like we have the country flag, so I want to add the flag. Let's say that I want to add my my birthday, and you know, we just want to do this. Go ahead and click submit. Make sure you don't get any errors. And just to verify it, just go to your account, you know, make sure that now you have your flag and you have your birth date, and so on. You just want to verify that the upgrade worked before you reactivate your site. You can verify that Sentinel's been updated. If you go into the admin panel, if once everything's installed, you can go in here. You can use Evo tutorials. Make sure your host supports this mod. There's already been a few people that have had issues because their host won't allow them to you know, use the F-socket open on another server. So this should be resolved for most people. But you have to just double check everything. This error log is going to be from everything that wasn't here when we originally updated. Go ahead and clear the log. That way you can make sure it's fine. Clear your cache again, and you should be good. Should be good with no errors. You can check the version checker here, see what's been added, what hasn't been added if you're not sure. If you do have any further questions, please get a hold of us at Evolution-Xtreme.com. And I hope this helps everybody. Thanks and have a good night.